Doom of Dimensions is less than a few weeks is literally less than several weeks away from its official,
Yeah.
excuse me, from its official OCG release, and Konami has announced not one but two brand new cards, two classic cards, excuse me, that are getting a retrain in that very same booster set. Now I have to admit, this is really interesting because looking at Doom of Dimensions, um, it literally has already become arguably the best, literally one of the best sets of 2025 thus far, and the fact that that this set has become that damn good, people are saying that that 70% of the cards that are in this set are going to redefine the meta for for the next year or so, which is absolutely incredible. But what are these retrains? Well, they're actually retrains of old cards, of an old card, not only from the DM anime, but also from Zexal as well. So let's talk about that. First one up is the retrain from the DM era. If you guys recall the twin-headed behemoth. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing tri-headed behemoth. Try and zoom in on that a little bit. There we go. Perfect. And it is a 4-star wind dragon with 1500 attack, 1200 defense, and both of its effects. The first one is a once per turn, but the second effect is a once per duel. The first effect reads if a face-up card you control is destroyed by a card effect, even during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. Second effect reads if this card is no longer special summon, you activate this effect. During the end phase of this turn, special summon a wind monster from your grave, but its attack and defense become 1000. So it literally is a retrain version of Twin-Headed Behemoth, where if twin-headed behemoth gets destroyed, it comes back during the end phase, but its attack and defense get cut in half. Interestingly enough, excuse me. Interestingly enough, twin-headed behemoth was actually used quite a bit in Duel Links at one point. In fact, twin-headed behemoth, I believe, was actually a very popular card to play to use in Duel Links. So the fact that this is a Cyber Dragon with a monster reborn, with a once per duel monster reborn, that right there is just incredible on its own. But it's crazy because you never would have expected this card to be used in decks like Heartbeat, or perhaps excuse me, or perhaps in any other wind-based deck. But there is another deck in the format that this card can be used in, and that is Flow Under Ease. Yes, you heard me right. Flow Under Ease can actually abuse this card, even if this were to be a one of. But the one of, this being a one of, that's only for its second effect. But its first effect, literally, easy is a 3 of. So hypothetically speaking, so So hypothetically speaking, if your opponent were to use a card like say Solemn Judgment on on your your Empin and it gets destroyed, then you can literally Sidra out this card, use its second effect to bring back a wind monster from your grave, and you can automatically go into, if it's another level 4, go into a Baguska, which is crazy. This is actually a really sick card. I gotta admit, hella sick. Speaking of things being insane, the other Retrain, which is from the Zexal anime, is known as Onomato Onomato Kage. Onomata Kage. I believe I am saying that right. Basically, it is a retrain of the old monster card Kage to Kage, which was basically a Cyber Dragon for the Utopia based decks. But Onomata Kage is a 4-star dark reptile with 1100 attack and 1500 defense, and says this card is always treated as a Zubaba, Gagaga, Go, and Dododo card. You can only use both effects once per turn. The first effect reads: if you control a Zubaba, Gagaga, Go, and or Dododo monster, and this card is in your hand or grave, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. Second effect reads: you can banish the card from your grave, or return up to 2 Xyz monsters from your grave to the extra deck. This right here is 10 times better than the original Kage to Kage, simply because you're able to literally special summon this card if you have like a card like say Zubaba Bancho Gagaga Coat. If you have a card like that, or the counterpart of it, and this card were to be in your hand, you literally get to Sidra this card out, and this card essentially becomes a 1 card, and that right there essentially becomes a 2 card combo to go into Utopia, which could help go into Utopia, Utopic Zexal, or whatever else you may have at your disposal, which again can lead to multiple XC summons, multiple searches, and it could just get out of control really quickly. And its second effect essentially becomes a mini, sort of like a mini Pot of Avarice, but you're not drawing cards, which is the only downside. But the fact that you get to take 2 Xyz monsters from your grave and you get to put them back into your extra deck, this basically ensures that your plays will be able to go through no matter what your opponent may try. And if your opponent activates a card like say Nibiru, and your whole board gets popped, off of the effect of Nibiru, you get to literally take cards from your grave. If you end up having if you have monster effects in the grave that special summon from the deck or whatever, you essentially have yet another one card combo to go into more of your Xyz plays. And then, interestingly enough, you can take Pot of Avarice, activate it, take 5 Xyz monsters from your grave, put them back into the extra deck, and you instantly get your draw 2, which even that alone is just wild on its own. I will say these retrain cards are actually kind of sick, but between the two, I feel like Onomata Kage is probably gonna be one of the better ones, and this will probably end up becoming a secret rare in the set in the TCG, because of the fact that it's that damn good. Like literally, like being able to summon it out from your hand or grave right off the bat, it literally acts as a cyber ref system for the entire, literally for itself, which is wild. I will say the fact that we're getting, the fact that older cards are getting retrains is really cool. But we all know that there's one archetype that needs to be printed, and it's Valent's armor card. So Konami, what are you doing? What are you guys doing? And on that note, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.